Hello, and welcome back to Warped, the completely unnecessary Star Trek podcast where we provide live audio commentary tracks to Star Trek The Next Generation episodes. My name is Matt.
I'm Sean.
I'm Jake.
Aaron.
Meanwhile.
I'm May.
Yay.
And we are watching the Dauphin. It's a Wesley episode, you guys, so buckle in.
I like to call this episode Wesley Gets a Boner.
Yeah. Pressure is crushing.
Yeah.
And it's dolphin shaped? Is that why it's called the Dauphin?
Yes.
Well, I mean, we talked about the guy in the dolphin before.
Dolphins are kind of rapey, so.
Anyway, none of that has anything to do with this episode. So, Sean, why don't you go ahead and
I got 45 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock, and I'm punching the triangle. And 3, 2, 1, punch.
Oh, yeah.
Did it punch?
It did.
So why do they have the number at the end of the planet? Is there like more than one Clavdia?
That would be the reason.
Ugh. They need to think of a new name.
There's lots of planets in the galaxy. It's hard to come up with a different name for every one of them.
They have so far.
Who can tell me what a Dauphin is?
Lord or something?
French
ruler?
princes, right?
I thought it's like a young, like king or queen.
Sean's absolutely right. They're French princes. It's the eldest son of the King of France was called Dauphin.
But eventually, isn't there a Dauphin that became king? Wasn't that a big deal back?
Well, they all would if they were the eldest son of the king. They would become king.
Probably there was a time where a Dauphin was really young and became king because the father died.
Yeah, there's one that they still called that. Like
That's
when he
probably true, yeah.
I watched something recently, but I'm not good with the royalty history.
Jacob is right. It technically, Dauphin does translate to dolphin.
Yep, it's the French word for dolphin.
Huh.
Were dolphins really regal to the French?
Yes.
I mean,
I don't know.
love.
I don't know why they picked that word as the word.
The French are,
According to Wikipedia, so you know it's true. Juge IV, Count of Vienne, had a dolphin on his coat of arms and was nicknamed Le Dauphin. The title of Dauphin, so it started as a nickname because he had a dolphin painted on his coat of arms, and it moved from being a nickname to being sort of the actual term that they
like Xerox.
Like
Yeah, there you go.
Who knows what butterfly is in French?
Who said that?
That's papillon.
Yes.
Oh, Le Papillon. Wow, well done, Sean. I didn't know you were.
Great movie too, Steve McQueen.
Yeah, that's why you know it is
Dustin
from the
Hoffman.
movie. Yeah.
Right.
Well-rounded all around, Sean, today.
So that lady there has, if you thought the lady of the last episode being the writer of the Rose was cool, wait till you hear what this lady's credit.
The older lady or the younger?
The older lady, yeah.
The governess.
So the actress's name is Patty Edwards. She's the voice of Flotsam and Jetsam in The Little Mermaid.
Wow.
And she's also the uncredited voice of Gozer in Ghostbusters.
Huh.
That's not as cool as writing the Rose.
No, I thought that was pretty cool. One.
That's pretty cool.
Flotsam and Jetsam don't even talk.
Flotsam and Jetsam talk. The two eels?
Yeah, that she sends off to do her mission.
Yeah, they talk to Ariel.
This seems like just the sort of girl that Wesley would fall in love with.
What was funny is initially she seemed a lot older than him. Like when she walked by, I was like, wait, she's stopping. She's breaking for Wesley? Interesting.
Well, she's supposed to be a teenager. I don't know how old the actress was in real life. Do you, Sean?
Let's see. Celia is played by Jamie Hubbard, who I don't know, doesn't list a birth.
34.
Wow. She
was a former model.
Uh-huh.
Is it Salia or
She's
Salia?
now a licensed
Very fresh
psychotherapist.
Oh wow.
Wow.
She
impressive.
was already a former model. Like
I
she
don't
peaked
know.
at like
Yeah,
12.
she's 34 and they don't really hire models when they're 34.
That's true.
This was her first acting credit. And it doesn't give a year on her IMDb page for birth year. So I don't know how old she is.
Staying classy. Not revealing.
Let's see here. We're watching season 2, episode 10, The Dauphin. Original air date February 18th, 1989. Wesley falls for the young future leader of Dalid 4, unaware just how dangerous the girl's protective and overly restrictive guardian can be. Aaron, you watched the episode?
Yeah, man.
What do you think the IMDb rating of this episode is?
Not a 9.2 or whatever the last one was.
It is not.
Let's go back to like 6.8.
Oh, wow. Whew.
May?
7.
6.1.
6.3.
Ooh. 7-1. 7-1. Come on.
6.2.
Oh.
Ah.
Jason wins.
Wow.
Jake won.
The highs and the lows.
I enjoyed it.
The problem I have with this episode is that there's no real dramatic stakes. Like they at the end of the episode, not to spoil the ending at the beginning, but they just leave. Like there's
they're just
no
gonna go
real
away.
like there's no agency to the main characters. Like they're all just kind of standing around watching this shit happen, and then at the end of the episode they leave. Like
It's really just about.
it's very low
like,
dramatic stakes. It's really just about Wesley having a crush on the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And having his first like sort of little teenage heartbreak,
Boner.
'cause it doesn't work out.
Yeah, the interaction for Starfleet is like, hey, be cool.
Stop
be
talking
cool.
about teenage boys boner, John. You're gonna get us on a watch list.
Sorry. Apologize.
Well, his kids are getting to be that age soon, so he's
I
gonna have
don't
to
want to
deal
talk
with
about
it.
my children like that, man. That's not cool.
Oh, sorry.
See what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Happens in-
Well, Jordy
We'll
will
walk that
break it
back.
down for you when you're ready to like swallow that pill. It happens to everybody.
Jordy's good
So
like
I'd
that.
like you to watch
He's like
this.
distracted, can't fix the ship anymore. You're useless to me, but everyone goes through it, so just go talk to her. So
Of all the Star Trek characters, who would you want giving your kid the talk?
Guinan. It's gotta be
Yeah, of
Guinan.
course.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Guinan.
That's pretty good. Okay. Not what about the Betazoid? Sorry, I forgot her name.
Troy.
Troy. Yeah, Deanna Troy. No.
Yeah, she'd do a good job too. Either of those guys too would be fine.
Yes.
I would want Data just for the chuckles. Right? You want to like play with your kids a little bit, just like, what is this android serious? And then you can come in later with Guinan and clear it up and be like, that was a chuckle, that was a funny, right?
The problem with Troy doing that conversation is she would start it being like, "There's no need to be awkward and uncomfortable."
Yeah.
It's like, great, thanks.
She
lady.
might be a little too touchy-feely, emotionally
Deanna?
speaking, about the whole thing. Yeah, Deanna.
Yeah.
Like Guinan would know how to tell you without it being like a whole thing,
yeah.
See, now
She may
Data
not
would
look.
just do it the straight and narrow. It'd just
Data would be like with the way
Yeah.
they taught it to you in school. It would be
Like-
all biological.
Yep.
There would be no.
very
description.
mechanical.
Yeah.
If you were a kid,
I don't know. I think Riker would. give
right?
it a
I was
shot.
gonna say, if you're the kid, you would want Riker to have the conversation.
Especially if it's a boy.
No thanks.
I wouldn't want Riker explaining the birds and the bees to my
Yeah.
daughter.
Let's
Sure.
see how Worf will do it. It's pretty
I
funny.
like. There's a scene in this where Worf starts giving the
Worf
Klingon
does
birds.
give,
How it
Worf
goes
does
out.
give the talk to Wesley in this
Yeah.
episode. doesn't
I
he?
like
they're
how this
making
space looks like this for a hot second.
Isn't there a
don't know.
scene in this episode where Worf tries to
Yes.
tell Wesley about
Yes.
Klingon sex?
Yes,
Absolutely.
correct.
and how it's a lot of violence and like screaming.
And he's like
Yeah,
smiling the whole time when he's thinking about it. It's awesome.
Speaking of Twin Peaks,
Yep.
Shelley Johnson.
Yep.
Oh, this other actress?
Yeah, she was on Twin Peaks.
she plays the waitress that's married to the trucker who's abusive. I remember.
I've been doing a full watch through of Twin Peaks, and it's real good. It holds up.
Cool, man.
She looked like a fucking supermodel in this episode.
She was a model.
Super hot. I would have ended if we were still doing the hottest woman in Star Trek, she would have ended now. I don't know if there's anybody hotter than Macon Amick on this show ever.
Yeah, I mean,
except for Dr. Pulaski.
What? And then it's this.
oh, what the hell? What just happened?
She's
a teddy bear.
She's a messed up Ewok, man.
Poor man's Ewok.
Sean, do you remember when the 3 Twin Peaks women were on the cover of Rolling Stone? It's sort of this iconic picture of the 3 of them from when Twin Peaks was like the hottest thing in the world. They were all Shelley and Donna,
Sherilyn Fenn.
Sherilyn Fenn.
Post an image, man. Please.
I'll post a picture of it. It's a kind of an amazing photograph of the 3 of them. It's just the kind of thing that I think would have stuck in your memory, Sean. It's like
I'm sure I've seen it. It doesn't. I don't until I see it. I won't remember what it looked like. It doesn't sit there for me.
It's really.
I'm sorry. I'm not as horny about girls as Min is. He needs more than one, to get him going.
What? Where did this?
Min starts at 2 and works his way up. Yes. Now that I see it, yes, wow, look at that hair.
Yeah,
I'm saying it's good to have some body to your hair.
Yep.
Otherwise, you really have to know how to style it, or it has to be really short.
I'm pretty sure that's not all their hair. But...
Jordy's like, God damn, boy, keep it in your pants while you're working here.
Mm-hmm. But he's all sweet about it. He's like,
that's silly.
He just basically goes around asking every member of the crew like what they think he should do, right? He gets advice from everybody on how to talk to girls.
And Jordy's like, you don't want my advice. My times with women suck.
Jordy's terrible.
That's my favorite.
There it is. It's like, yep, that's how.
Yeah, he's like, that's how the women do it. That's not the men. The women scream and claw and throw heavy objects.
The ladies roar at us, and then we throw shit at them. Then they throw stuff at you.
Look at him.
He is into it.
He's like,
yeah.
Wow.
Aren't they supposed to be working right now? Like they're on the bridge.
Hey, you can't work all the time. You gotta take breaks. Come on.
Casual conversation.
They put it in park because Georgie's got to fix that thing in the engine room.
That's true. They did put it in park. This is made me appreciate warp speed again.
Beg like a human. I mean, it's pretty funny.
Data's given the biological reasoning why it should work.
Data's like, it seems like your parts will fit together.
Does he go to Riker or no? They don't show that perspective.
Picard doesn't even acknowledge him.
Oh, he does go to Riker, and it's the best part. It's so great because he's with Guinan.
Oh no! Little Ewok went away.
Oh my God.
Picard likes to pretend that Wesley doesn't exist as often as he can.
What is with that nightmare Ewok? Is that?
That's
it's
her
a nurse.
That's her governess.
Pet? Oh, governess.
They're shapeshifters.
That's a.
She's a morphin teddy bear.
Stripping choice.
Mighty morphin teddy bear.
Oh, I see.
It's like like we're talking about AI, the creepy teddy bear in AI.
Oh my God.
Eddie,
Teddy bear is not creepy. That teddy bear is wonderful.
Like, I'm a middle-aged man, and that scene just traumatized me.
Yeah.
The transformation there.
What if your girlfriend can shapeshift? Would you go for that? If she's hot.
There's some definitely opportunities for inopportune shapeshifting.
Yeah.
Okay, so FMK, her as Makanamic, her as she is right now, and her as the little
Evil Ewok.
evil Ewok.
Ooh.
So bad.
Kill old lady. Fuck the Ewok.
What?
And then marry
Mary Makanamic.
Oh, man. May would
What was
survive.
the point of her being hot for like 30 seconds?
No,
I think I figured it out. I think like she changes to like be like, oh, she needs a friend right now, so I'm gonna be a friend. And then she needs like a little cuddly bear to like console her, so I'm gonna be that.
Thank you for that.
But the
That's
bear is the most frightening looking thing I've seen since like Killer Clowns from Outer
Right.
Space.
Oh,
Riker's hitting on Guinan to show him how to talk to a lady.
This is a good
Guinan's
back
like,
and forth. Just feeling it. I'm feeling it too, man.
oh, damn. Guinan is like so ahead of Riker.
Yeah.
They totally forget he's there.
Guinan's not into Riker. She's
Yeah.
just flirting with him because she knows how to flirt.
Yeah.
Fun for her, no, totally.
Not anyway.
Wesley's like, I'm bored now.
This isn't helping.
This is too advanced for me.
Yeah, it's way too advanced. This is like 4D chess.
I didn't ask this. I was asking.
If only he knew. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
This is hilarious, these lines.
Yeah, Wesley's like, this is not gonna work.
Oh, guys is into it. He's like, shut up. I wanna
Fun.
hear
Wesley
more.
tells him to shut up. Everybody always tells us to shut up.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. I agree.
They completely failed in their mission, which was to help Wesley learn how to flirt.
Yeah. They had some fun.
You know,
You write the story that you know, right? That's it. She looks like a messed up Teletubby.
She does.
Yeah.
You guys are
just
really
like-
being really harsh on this.
no,
poor lady.
I'm sorry.
Governesses freak me out. The name itself is just like.
Maria von Trapp was a governess.
She was.
Does she freak you out? Does Julie Andrews freak you out?
No.
I mean, she was rejected
Yeah,
non-governess,
exceptions to the
you know.
Yeah.
Mary
Okay.
Poppins was a governess.
Okay. Fine. Usually they're harsh.
Magical with an umbrella.
So I guess we're saying like governess is hard to pull off.
Aaron, did you live through one of those London child growing up lifestyles where you had a governess and you had to sweep chimneys?
Yes.
No? Okay.
That's how it is.
Yeah. I
You know what
mean,
this episode got me thinking about is how they're all in these jumpsuits and how that's really inconvenient for going to the bathroom. Like, what's the future know about that? They all have it. Even she. It's all one piece.
It's all
Yeah,
like
eventually it becomes a two-piece.
oh, really?
But yeah, in these couple of seasons, the Starfleet uniform is a jumpsuit.
That's when Picard starts pulling down his top piece, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Not yet.
he already
the flap?
he already
He does it
adjusts.
a little bit now, but it really becomes a thing once he's got the two-piece.
Kind of pulls his shirt down.
Just to, be presentable.
Get the wrinkles out of it.
In your mouth.
Oh, is this the flirting?
Yeah, he's gonna fire
Yeah, they're on a date.
Oh,
They're on a little date.
very sweet.
Just if you learn anything from this episode, if you're Wesley out there, just be yourself.
Mm,
Girls love chocolate,
yeah, ply her with chocolate.
and take
She
them to
doesn't
the
get to eat
holodeck and show them worlds they've never seen before.
Do they
Literally.
Get utensils.
Not mean. That's not a
No.
euphemism for your dick. To show them other planets in some holographic system.
So
Spoiler alert.
So nothing really needs saving in here, but are we calling this a Wesley saves the episode?
I don't think we are because nothing needs saving.
He doesn't do anything to save anything.
Just his heart.
I thought we were being pretty broad with it, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, there's no problem for him to save.
Yeah. Just his Dauphin situation.
He's just trying to save the bulge in his pants.
He's like, down, gonna get that. Let's go check out these worlds.
What does French Prince Hood have to do with this episode, though?
She's the princess. She's going to take over and become the leader of her planet, and she doesn't really want to, but she knows that it's her responsibility and she has to.
'Tis her duty.
Sacred.
Yeah, she's like a product of Romeo and Juliet because her whole planet is like Capulets versus Montagues. But instead of Romeo and Juliet killing themselves, they had her, and now she's going back to rule everyone because she's a product of both sides.
Oh my God! Whoa!
No.
She's a salt monster.
Where's Kirk when you need him?
Giant monster.
Gosh.
Now you would think this would be Worf's moment to shine.
Yeah, right.
Because he loves fighting monsters.
Well, that guy came in there and held up his favor with a lot of power.
Oh.
See, even that's kind of.
Whoa. Worf
even
was
that's like anticlimactic. Like you think it's going to be a big action scene, and then it's just like everybody stop, and they do.
Yeah.
Well,
like, okay, I could, but I won't.
They would have found a way to fight a little bit in a more modern TV show.
Oh yeah, that'd be a whole fight scene. They throw her against the wall, smash a table.
Yeah, but she could whoop them all apparently.
Break a geode, use a geode, break it over someone's head.
I would like to see a geode get broken over somebody's head.
No.
I just have to be hungry for corn dogs.
Yeah, you don't see one single corn dog on any of Star Trek, right?
Ooh, is that
not even a square?
Order set up on their
food machine. I wouldn't doubt it.
Thought I saw a Filipino guy in the background for the security staff.
What? Yeah, there's a podcast called All the Asians on Star Trek, where this dude interviews all the Asians who have ever been involved with Star Trek. So that guy's probably
and it was 4 episodes long.
Well, John Cho, right? They got John Cho.
Let's not list all the Asians we can think of.
No,
let's try though.
That's 4, I think. There are much more, I'm sure.
Leave it to him.
There's 4, and people playing Sulu takes up half of them.
Look at this. Showing a girl some worlds. That's a pretty good move right there.
Is this the holodeck? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're outside on a planet.
Damn it.
Damn, spicy tonight.
Hey, Philippe's not here, so someone's got to do it.
Yeah, take up the reins. Well, yeah, sure. I would show them Andromeda if I could, I suppose. Rousseau 5.
That's his name for his penis.
He shows her like the most desolate, like rocky places.
What is happening on this episode?
Let me take you to a bunch of
swap.
rocks in space.
Sean can't stop talking about penis. It's like Sean's become men. Everybody
I do not
go back to
everyone's shape-shifting.
Yeah, there you go. We've played musical chairs. Yeah, you're right, Jacob. These are some weird places to show a girl, right, that you like.
Yeah, she's been on a shitty, desolate planet for the last 16 years.
What about
like some trees or something?
Yeah, Bali, Yosemite, or.
But isn't she into science? Isn't that her?
Yeah, but she's also into boys apparently, and you should show her something to get in the mood. I don't know. Give her something nice to look at for a change.
Nice.
Wesley thinks space is beautiful.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
Well, I mean, some trees would be nice. Water, life forms. That would be.
I mean, he's not wrong that she'll probably never get to see this stuff. So this is her one
Disneyland?
chance.
Yeah.
Castle.
Yeah.
Do you think they still have Disneyland in the future?
Oh yeah.
Mickey
They don't have
has it.
Disneyland now.
No.
They're trying to keep it.
The Imagineers would find a way.
Yeah.
to be involved.
That's right.
Keep them alive.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably expect what 80-90% of stuff that goes on a spaceship is probably Imagineered. Like,
Yeah, I think
some Imagineer
I think,
has his hands
I
on
think
this.
Disneyland in the future is going to be a memory card that you slip into your skull port. And that's going to be
Total Recall style.
yeah.
No, it's like a
Virtual.
skin or a game experience that you can slot in.
It's like the Matrix. You put it in, and it's just like I know.
Has anybody ever seen the movie they made at Disneyland without telling them they were making it?
Oh no.
Oh yeah, the black and white one,
Yeah.
like kind of Blair Witchy.
Right.
Did you?
Nah,
No, I've never. I was just curious if anybody ever seen it.
We'll have to hunt it down.
I can't remember what it's called. You remember, Matt?
I think it's called World of Tomorrow, maybe.
It's not,
like Enter something. Enter the World of Tomorrow.
I do feel that's not going on our movie list, though. I mean,
Nah.
yeah.
No, I'm still working on the director's cut of Zapped.
No.
Escape from Tomorrow. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I think that's.
That sounds like
that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds right.
Tomorrowland.
It's not like we're not all on our computers right now.
May.
What?
We're trying to watch an episode here.
Oh, I'm just playing Animal Crossing.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Because I watched this episode. Guys, I watch these episodes now. What? I watch these episodes. I talk about Lower Decks mostly, and then randomly watch panels where Jonathan Franks talks about directing. So,
Oh my God.
Yes,
China-
you're correct.
congratulations.
Escape from Tomorrow is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like though Star Trek is kind of this thing where it actually affects a lot of people's lives. They just don't know it. You know? Kind of realizing that.
What do you mean? I agree with you, but what do you mean?
Well, like, I'm a fan of, like comic book stuff, TVs, movies, all that stuff. But I wasn't specifically like, oh, Star Trek, that's a thing. Like, I knew Picard from Royal Shakespeare Company.
Right.
But I also, but if someone was to be like, oh, who's your favorite Star Trek captain? I'd be like, Picard, because he was around when I was around when these first aired.
Right.
So, like, now that I've am learning what the actually watching the shows, I'm like, oh shoot, half of the people who were on this show, I've seen them in other things, and a lot of them gone on to direct or write things that I watch now. So yeah, it's like when I watched Spaceballs, and then was like, then I watched the Star Wars movies, and I was like, oh, they're doing Spaceballs. Like, no. Star Wars is the first thing. I was like, oh, okay.
I think you're making the Law and Order connection, where if you're a fan of Law and Order, you find like there's so many people that come and go on the show that there's a connection to every other franchise in Hollywood or New York film shows and stuff like that.
It's Bacon Law.
Oh, here goes Whoopi. Yep.
Good advice.
Throw down that knowledge.
Go after her, dumbass.
Uh-huh.
A lot of butt shots right now.
Yeah, something for everybody, I guess.
Droopy butt shots.
She's a monster too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
really?
waiting for him to figure that out.
A heart monster.
Gonna mess him up for a little. He's gonna need a rebound on that sex planet to get over.
I don't see Wesley.
I don't know.
To
He
the
had a
sex
rough
planet.
he had a rough time on that sex planet the last.
Mhm.
Now he might be ready for it.
Yeah.
Time for a
He's not doing
rebound.
that well. I wanted to wait till the end to bring this up, but I just had to make sure we added it to our tally, like, because she reveals her true form at the end. And what is she? An energized cloud.
Yep.
I thought about that. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
The most beautiful, energized cloud ever. He's like so in awe of her.
Well, but in the future, why can't you love an energized cloud?
Riker just look at Wesley like, do I care about Wesley's emotional state right now? No, I don't. And then he just walks away.
Gotta let a man do his
Rude.
working on his own, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes.
Nah, well, Picard just doesn't give a shit about Wesley yet.
Like, you again.
Well, Wesley seems okay. Like he's
Yeah.
handling it okay. I mean, he does pretty good with a warped engine. Why can't he do well with an energized cloud?
Well, I don't know, but good with engines usually means bad with ladies on Star Trek.
That's it. That's why he's bad. He's a dragon. We all do that.
Yep. Then he needs to get with Data.
Wesley becomes an energized cloud later on in the series.
No,
I
That's
wonder,
true. So maybe they hook up.
I wonder if he went off and found her after he did that.
Like permanently? You become the clock?
Yes.
He does.
No.
When he leaves the show, he becomes Wesley becomes kind of an energized cloud.
Oh my God.
It's pretty great.
Oh my goodness.
Wouldn't you say Data is good with engines and with women?
Data is not good with women.
Oh. Really? Well,
Okay.
what about his thing with Tosh?
Well, he was good with one.
Stop talking about the one example you know.
When they were under the weird disease that made them all horny.
I mean, just
Very
because
specific circumstance.
you only do something once doesn't mean you couldn't do it again.
There are other episodes that kind of explore the idea of Data having a romantic life. There's an episode where there's a woman who works on the ship who's kind of obsessed with Data, and they start dating, and she's like really into him. And at the end of it, he breaks up with her because he's like, I'm a robot and I don't have intimate relationships with women.
Oh, I
It's
think
like-
that he was trying to be kind. It's like no.
No.
No, it sounds like she was kind of fetishizing him, so that's
Yeah.
always a red flag.
Yeah, and every time they have a Data, like, does Data have a girlfriend? Nothing ever comes of it.
I'd
So
like
he
to see
fits firmly
Data
in
and
the
Troy.
mold of the engineers and their relationship problems. Data doesn't even care. Data doesn't even really want a relationship. The only reason he starts dating that girl is because he's, it's part of his like ongoing quest to try and be more human. So he's like, well, maybe I should have a girlfriend. And then it doesn't work out.
It's not that lady.
It's not that lady.
Does Data try to have a boyfriend? No, they don't explore. that.
No, they weren't quite that progressive in 1989 or whatever.
Well,
Classic, it's not you, it's me trying to learn about humanity.
If I had a nickel for every time some dude had told me they were breaking up with me because dating me was just a part of their ongoing quest to learn about humanity,
you might have a nickel.
I do have a
Seems
nickel.
like a sociopath could do that.
I would have 0 nickels because that's never happened to me.
Thank God.
Riker looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked a little. Something was going on with his hair last week. I meant to mention it while we were watching it. Is that one of the Landers sisters, Sean, sitting in the pilot's chair?
Let's see. I don't know.
Audrey Landers, or
Battleship
it looks like one
And
of the-
Landers.
Do you guys remember Audrey Landers and her sister, whose name I can't remember? It's not Anne. They were like sort of blonde model actress types in the 80s.
Yeah.
Isn't that all 80s actresses?
Maybe.
This girl will not leave him alone. It's not his fault.
I mean, you're on a desolate planet for the first 16 years of your life.
Yeah, you're
Wesley is gonna be looking like a
No. Jennifer Barlow is the actress's name.
Does kind of look a little bit like Audrey Landers. So.
Oh, look at that. First kiss.
sweet.
Very sweet.
You're an energized cloud on a planet. You meet a boy. He's solid.
He's solid. Oh no.
Ah!
Get out of here now.
I must be making up for all those pictures of shirtless men I always post because lately it seems like I'm posting a lot of pictures of beautiful women.
No.
You got the Twin Peaks girls, and here are the Lander sisters. Judy was the other one's name.
Yeah.
Audrey and Judy.
Yeah, I remember those babes.
Well,
They were classic, like sort of Battle of the Network Stars type, Suzanne Summersy blondes.
really going for the look. We try to embrace equality around here, Matt, don't we? Come on.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, you sent all those hunky photos. Now
I
you
see.
have to
You're trying to
balance it out.
balance
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I don't care about equality so much in that. So. There's equality and there's equality. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Some equality is more equal than other equality.
All right.
Now I'm gonna have to post a shirtless man just to cleanse my palate.
Yeah.
A sorbet.
I gotta get these pictures of women off my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see what I mean about how nothing really happens in this episode?
100%.
Other than the monsters when they show up.
Hey,
But even
that's an
that's
Asian
what-
dude right there.
That guy
isn't he?
right
Yeah,
there.
that
Yeah,
guy.
that's the
There's
first
a guy.
thing
Yeah. There we go. He was interviewed.
Yeah.
That guy's some kind of something.
Mhm.
I don't know what, but I know it's some kind of something when I see him.
Mhm.
The word is Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy could be Latino.
Man. I mean,
I haven't really seen a good close-up picture of him.
He's
guys
not
ready
listed in the
for,
cast list, so don't know. Can't tell by a last name.
yeah. Are we ready for what,
You guys
Matt?
want a quick? You guys want a quick only connect? You want a quick round of only connect?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes.
We can do. Here's one I think you guys will get. You ready? Your first
Ready.
clue is man behind bars.
Okay.
Jail. Wait, what is
That's just the first clue.
Squares on a Monopoly board.
It's the corners of the board on Monopoly.
Nice.
Oh my
Jake got it on
God.
the first clue.
Yeah, nice.
Wow. Wow.
The second clue was rear of car. That's the
Yeah,
free parking.
Sure.
The third clue was policeman blowing whistle. And the fourth clue was arrow and the word go.
So,
Mm.
You got it on the first clue. Oh, that literally gave me shivers, Jake. That was so
Nice.
exciting.
I'm happy about that. I'm really proud of myself.
Mm.
Felt good.
We're proud of you too, Jake.
Woo. Okay.
You
How much
did-
money would he have won if we had been on the game?
You would get
show?
5 points if you get it's a points-based game.
Oh.
You get 5 points if you get it on the first clue. So that's good.
But does
That
that-
hardly ever happens on that show. They hardly ever get it on the first clue.
Yeah,
they don't-
we ran through a couple before the show, and those really threw me for a loop. So,
Mhm.
but it's a learning curve for sure.
It is.
Those points don't translate to money, though. It's just purely sort
They-
of like.
Here's the thing about British game shows.
Mm.
It's just bragging rights.
They don't play for money. Like a Bake Off, they don't win any money if they win Bake Off. It's all about prestige of it, you know. And Only Connect is the same way. They don't win anything if they win. It's just getting to say that you won.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, it keeps it pure.
They're not like all materialistic and horrible like Americans, I guess.
Well, you got to give us another one, Matt. Jacob was too good with that.
Okay. Your first clue is poisoned pen.
spy tools.
You're in the right zone.
They're
Oh,
like James
007?
Bond things.
It's not James Bond.
Things that were used to assassinate presidents.
You're so close, man. You're so close.
To assassinate any world leader.
No, it's something very specific.
Assassinate Russian.
Oh, is it ways people have tried to assassinate Castro?
Castro.
The CIA tried to assassinate Castro.
Nice.
Second clue was fungus-filled diving.
Fungus-filled diving.
The third clue was a seashell packed with explosives. Apparently, he was known to liked to walk on the beach and collect seashells. So they thought maybe they would pack a seashell with like
Hide one.
C4.
I like your creativity.
Oh, this sounds like Boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, you guys are doing.
What was
Really
the fourth
well.
one? What was the fourth
The fourth clue was exploding cigar, which I think
I remember. Yeah,
everybody remembers that one. That's why it was,
the last one.
They always put the easiest clue sort of at
What's the last clue? I missed it.
exploding cigar.
Nice.
Wow, you guys, look at you.
Well, as a collective, yeah.
It's fun playing this with each other.
Well, they play on teams on the show. It's teams of 3. So they get to sort of like whisper to each other like what they think it might be. So it's definitely more of a team game. I don't know how you would play it as a one-on-one.
Give us another one. Give us another one.
Have one more.
Yeah.
So your first clue is Michelangelo's David, 1966.
1966.
When they came to America?
Nope.
When they were vandalized, pieces of art that were vandalized?
Nope.
Stolen?
Nope.
Okay.
Want another clue?
Yes. Next.
Yeah.
Second clue, Eiffel Tower, 1999.
Restoration
Some time of
project?
anniversary?
No.
No, not restoration project.
Not restoration, not anniversary.
Statue of David?
They're in the chat if you need to look at the clues.
Oh, Energized Cloud, Admiration Time.
Okay, let's see it. I want to see her.
It is.
Oh, she's a sexy energized cloud.
She's sweet.
That's more a energized form.
This is an energized, stretched out pretzel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Energized.
You got some
Holla.
curve on her.
They energized the energized cloud. Wow. Wesley was
Aaron,
almost.
it looks like you. It feels like you have a soft spot for Wesley. Like you don't find Wesley.
Find Wesley.
What'd you say? Sorry.
I don't. Yeah. I mean,
He was a very. We've talked about it before. A very.
by himself. He's growing up on the ship.
Yeah.
Picard's kind of been brusque with him, but that seems to be loosening up. He needs a mentor, and he seems to find Guinan every now and then, but it's not really a substitute.
What he really needs are some friends his own age. You only ever see him hanging out with the rest of the crew, who are all 40-year-old adults. Like he has zero. You never see him just like palling around with the other kids on the ship. Which
there are some, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, there are.
But I feel like he would not be interested in kids his
He's like
age.
a homeschooled kid who's like older than, you know what I mean? Like doesn't really fit in with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he doesn't fit in with kids his own age. That's probably true because
he's had an unusual childhood.
He's a genius. He's a prodigy, and he's
only child and
only child. Feels more comfortable. He feels more comfortable with grown-ups than he does around people his own age. He's a lot like me, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe I was a lot like Wesley when I was a kid. Except I wasn't any good at science. I was more of a read. I was a book Wesley.
Bookworm.
Literature person.
But as we've talked about this before, he was a very divisive character back in the day. People really didn't like him. I think people have softened a lot about Wesley over the years. I don't hear a lot of "we hate Wesley," anymore. I think people have kind of gotten past all of that, which is good.
Knowing that was a thing, I wouldn't have thought that was.
Yes, he was very unpopular. People thought he was.
Wow.
People
just
were
irritating.
super mean to him.
And so Will Wheaton talks all the time about how the hate mail he would get because people hated his characters so much.
Well, he's
And
not
he was like a 15-year-old kid acting, like he's getting hate mail.
That's too much. People need to chill out.
People do, as a general rule, need to chill out.
Yeah.
That's why we try to provide Warped here so people can chill out.
All right. So Michelangelo's David, 1966.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Eiffel Tower,
Eiffel
1999.
Tower, 1999. Third clue, Sphinx and Pyramids, 1993.
something like someone tried to steal something
Or
from these places, or
visiting them.
they're visited by the Queen.
These are all excellent guesses, but they're not right.
Alien.
Visited by the Queen is actually an excellent guess, but that's not it.
Someone tried to deface them, blow them up. Someone tried to blow them up.
Nope.
It's kind of what I guessed.
You want one more clue?
I don't think we're gonna get it though.
This is a hard one. I didn't get it. They did on the show, but I didn't.
96.
Statue of Liberty, 1996.
Magic trick.
That's what I thought too, and it's not it. I was like, it's things that magicians have made disappear.
That's a great,
but that's not it.
Huh.
Stumped. I'm stumped.
Yeah, I have no
It's a
idea.
hard one. It's much closer to home than you think. It's not outside.
Oh, like things that have been reproduced in Las Vegas.
That's it. It's famous.
Ah.
It's famous work. It's famous art pieces and pieces of statuary that have been recreated in Las Vegas and the year that they were built in Las Vegas.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Who the hell would know that? Oh
I don't know, but they
God.
did. Like one of those teams knew it.
What the hell?
Where's the Michelangelo's David that they put in 1966?
I think it's in
Venetian?
Caesar's Palace, isn't it?
Caesar?
Is that where it is?
Well, how long's been Caesar's Palace been there? They must have moved it from somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's what it is. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, of course. Like it's one of those ones that you feel like, oh, maybe I should have gotten that one, but I didn't.
Well, that was
That's a really fun.
It's a fun game, I think. I like
especially
playing.
as a team.
Yeah, as a team.
18.
I tried to pick ones that were more like American focused that I thought, because sometimes they're like highways in London, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
So
They're like-
1966 is when Caesar's Palace was open.
So that's got to be when it was.
So that's got to be it.
wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Well, they've done a good job keeping it up.
They redid it. They like what do you call that?
Yeah.
They refurbished the whole
Refurbished
thing.
I would
In
say.
the, like,
When they built the
much-
forum shops there, they refurbished the whole
yeah,
thing.
all that stuff wasn't there because
Okay.
when we were kids.
Well, we got to the end, guys. How
Got
many
to
more
the end.
episodes before the season? Up to you. We got
12, I believe.
yeah. Well, we're getting there, guys.
We're almost halfway through.
Yeah.
We will take a little break in the middle of the season to watch Star Trek 5.
Yeah, I was looking at the
Yay.
calendar. I was looking at the calendar today. We have, let's see, 1, 2.
A movie would be
I think
so
we have
nice.
after today. We have 8 more episodes after
Yes.
this one until we take a break to watch Star Trek 5, and then there's only like 4 more after that until we're done with the season.
Yes.
It's a short season because they had that writer's strike, so they didn't do quite as many episodes this year as they ordinarily did. Anybody have any recommendations or anything else they want to get off their chests while we're talking?
Sure. I have a short recommendation.
Play it on it. Oh wait, Jacob, play the
Jacob, play the
recommendation.
jingle.
Recommendations.
Nice. I've been watching the documentary on Showtime about the Comedy Store. It features Whoopi Goldberg's in there. So I did it partly as research for the show.
Uh-huh.
But it's good. The first 2
called?
episodes are available. I think it's just called The Comedy Store.
Right on.
But it starts off with the 70s. You learn about Freddie Prinze and that kind of era. And then the next one did more Richard Pryor, but it also had some Whoopi Goldberg stuff. Apparently, that's where she was discovered for the role in The Color Purple. A bunch of those guys came and saw her. She had her own show at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of people interviewed for it. So if you're interested in the history of comedy, it's pretty exhaustive in that sense. I mean, it's got a lot of everybody who's anybody that's from that time that's still alive is interviewed.
Yeah, that's a great recommendation.
Cool topic to watch about for nowadays, especially.
Yeah, it's a way to learn about Whoopi Goldberg's past too, because I was kind of reminded, oh yeah, comedy is how she started.
Yeah, she was a stand-up, and
yeah. Kind of forget that because she's been around for so long.
She had like a one-woman show where she played all the different characters, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about? No? Going twice. In that case, thank you very much for listening. Please go to Apple or iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts to rate, review, and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram at Warped Podcast, on Twitter at Warped Trek. You can follow me at Host Warped. You can follow Min and learn about our Dungeons and Dragons and Call of Cthulhu live streams and podcasts at Wet Maynard. You can go to Instagram.com/lunar_flare for our merchandise, including an excellent DTF t-shirt. And is it
DTPF?
PF, sorry. And you can go to patreon.com/warped, become a subscriber, and get access to bonus materials and additional episodes. Until next week, my name is Matt.
I'm Sean.
I'm Jake.
Aaron.
Minween.
I'm A.
Yes.
Thank you all very much for listening, and goodbye.
Yay.